On August 31st, the Supreme Court ordered demolition of twin 40-story towers of Supertech project in Noida for violation of building bylaws. This case has instilled fear in many home buyers who have invested in many under construction projects across Delhi NCR. Hello friends, welcome to MBTV. This is Ravi Kumar Divakar and you are watching Property Matters. Today we are going to talk about how buyers can safeguard their right in case they stuck in Supertech like case. The Apex Court directed that the entire amount of home buyers to be refunded with 12% interest from the time of booking, but many buyers are still afraid. Let us find out what legal recourse buyers have when they end up in a situation like this.
This case is as old as 2014. So I'm not even going into the dates of delivery, but this is the date when the High Court of Allahabad said that these towers need to be demolished. What is most interesting about this case is that in the Supreme Court went out of its way. There was an amicus appointed, and that amicus took all the steps to ensure that so far as the home buyers are concerned, they are given an out immediately with interest if they want it. So the procedure that happened was there was an interim order passed in the High Court, in the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court said that whoever wants refund can immediately apply. They made a website which was similar to how they've done in Unitech, and you can get your refund with interest. By the time this judgment has come in 2021, which is after 7 years of the High Court order, there were only less than half of the home buyers still holding onto the project. More than half, so there were out of 663 bookings, 252 had already walked out, and only a few proportion, like around over 200, were remaining who said they want to still go ahead with the project. Now, most people don't get lucky, as in the case of Supertech.
What can home buyers do when they stuck up in a case like Supertech?
A lot of under construction projects which get into a soup like this are those where most of the projects are where the RWs have already been have come into existence. So a lot of projects which are yet to stem out, that it's unfortunate that these risks also happen in present day, that the projects which are yet not taken off are found to be not substantiated by approvals. But so far as the best methods available to a home buyer, they must stay connected to the RWA. The RWAs are relatively more active. They are more concerned about the nature of approvals that are taken by the home buyers, by the builders now. So one easy way to keep in sync is to understand the RWAs and what is their stand and what are the notices that they receive. The other thing is only to be able to, go back to the property and see if any notices have been published. A lot of these proceedings, when they start with the courts are cognizant that the builders will not always be responsible and not stop selling the property. So if they don't pass interim orders, they definitely make it an obligation of the builder to display on the site that there is a possible litigation or there is something which is of concern. So if you will see a lot of the land deals that are done originally, when the sale deed is shown by the builder, you will see a lot of times they declare the possible encroachments that are there. So it's very important that the due diligence is done, and after that, when the money is invested, they should keep a constant touch with the RWs. If there's no RWA, then possibly association of the proposed builders. Generally now everybody is very active and they connect with each other and try and find a way. But so to say, on information that is available on public portal for someone to reach out, it is not as easy as it should be. But yes, these are the small tidbits that a consumer can do.
What legal relief buyers can seek in situation like these?
What you have to understand is legally what is a remedy is to go back to the court for seeking execution which passed that order. So one legal remedy is obviously they can file for execution before the High Court. The most effective remedy is to make sure that applications, the other remedies, alternatives always to come back to the Supreme Court, but Supreme Court, it was an appellate proceeding. So Supreme Court will not be able to, because it will open Pandora's box. So best case scenario is to go back to the High Court if there is no, if they don't abide by the orders. And the other alternative is obviously a consumer forum, but unfortunately the consumer forums have not been as efficient in getting remedy to the consumers. So alternative methods will have to be explored by the buyers who have yet not taken that option.
How can buyers ensure they don't get into projects which are legally not approved?
The home buyers must do is be completely vigilant of the proceedings that are happening. We are ourselves representing many clients who have got to know about pendency of legal proceedings like insolvency, like challenge to the land ownership. And these are only when they go and ask the builders about their delivery. So as home buyers, it's very important to remain cognizant on the property, the status of the property. Today we are in the world of RERA, so all our approvals are uploaded online. We get to know what is the status of the timelines that they have undertaken to RERA. So what is important is the awareness. At no point in time, today's world, can the home buyers say that they'll sit back and they'll wait to understand what's going to happen. They have to make sure that if there is a project they have invested in, they keep a complete watch over it.
What can buyers do in case approvals are later on revoked?
The best case scenario today for an individual consumer is RERA. That is the most efficient remedy that is available. If you are 100 or more buyers or have 1/10 share in the total value of the project, then IBC is a very efficient mechanism because that immediately gets the attention of the builder. But aside from these two, we fall back to our Consumer Protection Act, which unfortunately the forum over a period of time have not been very efficient in their disposal of cases. So that is not an efficient remedy. But immediate legal action is what is essential. If home buyers decide to rely on builders and await a possible reconciliation or resolution that will help them. Unfortunately, our experience has been that it has never been an effective resolution. Even after settlements, at times they've had to back out, and it's not about whether it's intentional or not, but definitely customers are extremely exposed to financial implications of their savings. So it's very important that so far as doing the after having come to know of such a breach, immediate legal action is something that should be taken. And legal action doesn't mean you have to go to lawyer. Legal action simply means putting the builder to notice that you have been informed of these breaches and what is their standard. Once the correspondence and conversation starts, it's very important. It's very easy for the consumer to then decide from there that what he wants to do with the property.
Many buyers feel that decision to demolish twin towers may impact other under construction projects. Since many projects are already running delayed due to COVID restrictions, more delay will impact home buyers. Thank you so much for watching this show. Don't forget to subscribe to MBTV and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. This is Ravi Kumar Divakar signing off with my cameraman Nitin Rajput. Don't forget to subscribe to MBTV on YouTube and press the bell icon to get the latest videos.